everybody. My name is David Yanez, and I am the co-director and producer of the Uptown at the Apollo show put on by San Jose Musical Theater. And I'm so delighted to be here with Elizabeth Neff, who is one of our contestants in the show. I had a little opportunity to talk to her before we started, and she's got a very interesting story. And this is your opportunity to learn more about Elizabeth. So Elizabeth, tell us about yourself.
Well, I am a Santa Cruz area, Bay Area native. I've lived here my whole life. I love it. I am a musician by birth, kind of. Both my parents are musicians. My mom is in piano. My dad is a singer. So it was sort of an automatic thing. I was going to be a music major. I didn't want to. I rebelled against it in high school, but it won me over eventually. So I went into music. I went to San Jose State University. I got my undergrad in piano performance. I was a pianist first. And then for my master's degree, I went to Notre Dame de Namur University and got a double master's one in piano, one in voice. And my specialty, I guess you could call it, my emphasis was in vocal coaching. So collaborative piano, vocal coaching. And I was told by all of my professors that having piano and voice on my resume would be a lot better for job hunting. Yeah, and thankfully I have gotten to work in vocal coaching ever since I graduated. I haven't had to sacrifice that, which has been also wonderful. But yeah, it's melded the two worlds that I love the most. I've always loved piano, but I've always had this giant heart for singing because I don't know, it's so human. And I love that about it. It's so individual to everyone. But yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? Okay, so yeah, you had told me a little bit about this, and I was just curious. As you know, I myself, I've been coached, but I'm not a vocal coach. But so I'm curious, like, what would you say from your education and learning about coaching was probably some of the best instruction or education that you could take and apply to yourself? Like, tell us how that has affected your singing.
Honestly, I don't think I can pick one thing. I think what I have loved the most about being a coach, even before I was a coach, getting to sit in, playing for all my friends, now colleagues, voice lessons in school and all that stuff. I got to hear all their lessons, and just learning how to be a sponge was the best possible thing. And it was so amazing to hear all the different views, all the different ways of saying things, just sort of absorbing everyone's wisdom on, how to do this and how to do that and how to be this. And it's just really awesome to see how huge the world of singing is. There's so many different viewpoints, and yet, it all comes together to be one thing. It's amazing.
Okay. And so, and I got to tell the audience this, poor Elizabeth, because I mentioned to her that I have done some of the other interviews with some of the other contestants, and I threw each of them probably one curveball question, but I'm going to throw Elizabeth another one. Elizabeth, who are your singing influences? Like, what artists influence you? Like, who do you hear, or is there anyone that you mimic? Is there any sort of influence that you have?
Oh goodness. Several, a few, kind of one from each genre comes to mind at the moment. When I was in high school, I gravitated toward pop mostly. My dad is an opera singer, so that was like, blasphemy. No pop singing, terrible. But I was sadly not super young when I discovered Ella Fitzgerald. She is definitely one of my idols. She's just amazing. I love her voice. I love her abilities. It's just incredible. She was
actually the first winner of the amateur contest at the Apollo Theater. Ella Fitzgerald was the first winner.
Yeah, I was really excited to see that on the page. But yeah, she's definitely amazing. Very high up on the list of idols for me. And then within the other genres, of course, like in classical, Renee Fleming is amazing. So many classical singers. I won't name them all, but she automatically comes to mind. Yeah. And then I also love, in the modern world, Christina Aguilera is absolutely incredible. Right. It's just the range of voice types is, awesome.
Ridiculous. She's
Yeah.
Hey, I got to see Renee Fleming do Blanche Dubois at the world premiere of A Streetcar Named Desire with Andre Previn conducting at the San Jose Opera. So I totally get it. Yeah, pretty neat.
Amazing. Yeah.
But this interview is not about me. It's about Elizabeth. All right, so back to Elizabeth. All right, Elizabeth, so you're in this contest. How do you feel about being in this contest?
Excited, honored and excited. Even though I am technically, I have a master's in voice, I don't really think of myself first as a vocalist, just because I feel like I jumped into that game so much later than piano. I was 5 years old when I jumped into piano, and I was, in college by the time I jumped into voice pretty seriously. So I feel kind of behind. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really honored to be involved.
Okay, great. Okay, so here's just something for the audience. I am putting a URL. You'll see that at the bottom of the screen here, telling you to go to Showtix for You to buy your ticket. And obviously, if you're watching this, you're very likely a fan of Elizabeth Neff. When you buy your ticket, you can do the drop-down box and apply a credit toward Elizabeth, that she was the person that made you buy a ticket. And you'll see more information at the end of the video about airtime and how to watch, how to vote, how the balloting system works. And so we'll have all of that information for you. So to close up the interview with Elizabeth, tell the audience why they should buy a ticket and see you compete in this show.
Because it's going to be such good music. And not just for me, like, I know most people who would buy a ticket for me know me, they're coming technically for me, but the snippets that I've heard of the other performers, they're just amazing. You're going to be so happy that you bought a ticket to see all these incredible performers. Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time tonight, Elizabeth. And everyone, please go out, buy a ticket to see the show. We have all these contestants. We have Elizabeth. You're going to really enjoy it. They're all working very hard, and we're preparing a fantastic show for you. So we'll see you uptown at the Apollo on July 11th at 7 p.m. Thank you so much. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Okay. Good night, everybody.